Hello everyone and anyone, and how is everyone doing today? This is Pillars of Eternity, White March, part 1 and 2. I added in the how is everyone today bit, and it didn't flow right. But I'm, trying new things out. You gotta do what you gotta do. I kind of just waited around. I had to use the restroom, or restroom, something like that, and I just said, I'll just leave the game on fast mode, let those 2 hours pass, so I can choose the next construction project before I get back to my place. And I wanted to kind of show you guys what was up. Also, the fact that there's hirelings. Yes, we could hire some people to help keep some order and discipline whilst we are away, which is kind of cool. It's kind of weird because I tend to kind of, be like, well, we need security, right? But we need renown so we actually get stuff. So it's kind of a 50-50 sort of thing. Some of them are better than others. You know what? I got a soft spot for clerics. You're on the payroll. Congratulations. And, well, Gold Pack Knight. This is kind of paladin-y, right? So we got heals. We got a somewhat tank. And how about a so-and-so Linebreaker? Yeah, that sounds freaking awesome. Yeah, it costs a little bit, 10 per day, whatever. It'll take away from the renown of stuff. But to combat that, we will be working on the next thing to upgrade our area. One is I'd like to be able to actually rest in the freaking place I'm supposed to call home, but having to use wood and all that sort of stuff. So Bright Hollow, the inn, shall be, boom, done there. That plus you can get some cool resting bonuses. There's a lot of cool stuff to do when it comes to upgrading the Stronghold. I like it. It's got cool things. It's good. Plus, you need to be in the Stronghold, blah, 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 party members. Okay, yep. Unless you just encounter them into the wilds, it is. So, I wanted to knock that out first off. And now, let's go to leveling. Since I know this is a, whatever level, I think I picked up Blast, which is the one that makes it so that, foe target AoE radius works up when using a wand or scepter, doing a modest amount of damage to enemies smaller area around target. So I kind of wanted to keep that kind of thing going for him, I suppose. And let's see. And I gave him Graceful Retreat because it was one of those, sometimes you got to get out of there, man. Sometimes I'm not that good at keeping everyone together. So let's see about Alof first. Ba-ding! Alright, yeah, man, your lore. Funny enough, had you working on mechanics, because I know you're going to be around a lot and like to be able to actually see things, which is interesting. 8 points left. I think I'm going to go mechanics and just leave it at that. Lore is okay until a certain point. Next. Okay, here we go. Gotta choose our spells. So we do get some spells this level. These are level 3, so this could be replacing something I already know. And I know this isn't one of those books that I could be learning if I took the time to actually spend it. So let's see what we got. Sickened, Terrified and Sickened. Minor Blights. Ooh. Yeah, that seems kind of nice. Kind of like that one. Actually, wasn't this one of the ones that I really wanted to do? Yeah, the phobia, minus concentration, minus everything, versus them. Yeah. Arcane Dampener's got its use, too. I see too many buffs on my enemy. I'm able to rock their... You know what? I'm going to go for the Exposed Vulnerabilities. Seems like a nice spell. Alright, so as we work our way through here, let's see what we got. 2 per rest, and the oh my god, they're attacking me moment might be good. Grimoire Slam, which is called Get That Off Me, which is not a terrible idea. Penetrating Blast. Matter modifies Blast. So the Blast is... it makes it so that it does around everyone else, and also modifies it so that it gets through DR. Yeah, let's keep doing it. Boom, sounds good. Bam. So let's just take a little look at him right here. Arcane Assault. And yeah, let's edit his Grimoire when we're in the items screen here. And Draining Touch, the actual spell. Displace Image was the defense one. We're going to 3rd level, please. Thank you very much. And let's do Expose Vulnerabilities instead of that one. Ba-ding. Okay, there you go. We learned some spells. Spells are good. Alright, now let's work on leveling up the rest of the party. We'll start with Adir. How you doing, my friend? Doing things fine. Thank you very much. Okay, good. Alright. It's funny because it increases damage reduction with resting bonuses, like its survival being beefed up here a little bit, so I think I'm going to do it. The rest of it will go with athletics for that actual second wind, which is quite helpful for tanky. Boom. Okay. Bonus knockdown. You get another one. That's very helpful. Rapid recovery modifies this so that the constant recovery goes up quite a bit. Yes, and it is a passive. Not a bad thing for a tank. I'm leaning in that direction, funny enough. Okay, I'm leaning in that direction, but let's remember the other things that are available, because I think there was wasn't there that cautious attack was the model, and we're not doing that. We're doing the defensive stuff or whatever. Superior deflection, you say? This grants a bunch more deflection. Not bad. Unstoppable. Yeah, man. Something to be said about that as well. He's a fighter. Let's give him 1 per encounter. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's do rapid recovery. We're gonna try it out. Boom. Feeling fine, tanking wise. Alright, we're in those paladin levels, ain't we? This is just being helpful to myself. And the rest of it is I'm good. Okay. Greater Lay on Hands. This might be the time to take it. Let's look. Because it modifies it so that heal touch for hands cover substantial amount of endurance, paladin, or any elf in range. So, yep. Okay. So basically just doubles. It doubles it. Nice. Deep Faith, you say. Modifies Faith and Conviction. +2 deflection. Okay, so increased defensive bonuses of Faith and Conviction. That's also interesting. Modifies Lay on Hands, +12 deflection for that many seconds in case they're in trouble. Something about that too is kind of nice. Let's look and see what else. These are pretty much these are for everyone. I can also decide, like, no, man, you use a hatchet all the time, so, you know, weapon-focused peasants. I think it's because of the pack that I chose that I couldn't, because I was hoping to just be a bit of a dork and just go back. I was hoping to modify her liberating exhortation. That might be a further level up. I kind of forgot, but I don't know. Yeah, must not be part of my stuff. Greater Lay on Hands has got some yeah, just boosts that a heck of a lot. Deep Faith is gonna make that Wow. How much is that now, dude? Dang. So it really boosts that up. So once again, being a dork, going back and like, what's it providing now? +3 damage reduction, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, let's go that way. This whole idea of you being a paladin, right? Don't you love him? Just keep hearing the bling, keep doing the same noise over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Deep effing faith. So, we look at this again, and it's here somewhere. Let me see. Maybe I can see it here. Okay. But where is the deep faith? Modifies faith and conviction. Faith and conviction is passive. Paladin's defense is directed at a degree which his or an act according to belief. Bonus penalties applied to defense based on what the paladin's reputation is aligned with the order's preferred behaviors. Okay. So for self, that increase, my deflection is wicked high. Resolve, the buckler, cautious attack, level, Hearth Harvest. Am I being too benevolent? I might be too benevolent. I might need to pop that a little bit more for faith and conviction. It's the first time I've done a paladin, so it can be a little bit of one of those things of me learning as I go. Anywho, with that in mind, and we do have something building that takes a couple of days. Let's see. We got one last time to perhaps rest up. We could go into this here cave here. Also, what's in the rest of the world? Or really, actually, you know what? We're just going to do what the original plan was, which is... no, sorry, backspace. Whole party. Let's roll. Which is called ditching... what's his name? Because I want to pick up the guy I wanted to. Also, he needs a respec. 16 hours. Yeah, sounds good. Alright. Excuse me, want to take a drink? Don't even look. Just go where you want to be. And fair warning, I am biased toward this character in the sense that I think that they're just awesome. Woman looks briefly through you, and she doesn't know you're there. Okay, I'll say hi. Middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colorless vegetables piled before her, stripping the heads off of fibrous stems with a paring knife. She carves the stems one by one, placing the heads and vegetables in a small, cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Pardon me. Woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads of vegetables in steady rhythm. She may be deaf. On case she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on weaving in her lap than her surroundings. You suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing. Like many of the townsfolk you've seen, the strange blur to her. Yet the motion of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color, and a shape that lacks interest. Maybe she is half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong, as you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Let's focus. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downward, her hair has become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle with these threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. Silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, black shadowing in. Suddenly you are calm. You're on a plateau, almost the height of a tower. several stories high. The plateau was like a table lying beneath a clear sky. And beneath the plateau, surrounding in all directions a forest hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist or distance or recollection. Resting in the curve of natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man hanging at attention, as if looking down at the event unfolding before you. The plateau has become soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with your surroundings. And you hear the soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture as if the sound is beckoning you gently forward, filling your senses and thoughts, like mist roiling softly in a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. Chimes coax you deeper into her memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You're in the stone of the plateau, your knees in the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Adra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists, and your hands. Your hands are in motion, weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along your first movements of Bear's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon flesh of a newborn child. You can feel the crowning of a tiny head, turning in her grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. Your hands are wearing, inhabiting, have done this. Your arms are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times. Their practice of confidence. You feel this distant pains in your own head as in your own head as the head emerges, stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth. The woman's labor breathing, crying out. Focus on the child, movement on the hands. Going in deeper, folks. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting down the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close. They are meant as a comfort, that you're certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxed by her hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth as it does. Your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the lengths of soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You're holding a small child still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul. The ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. Soul is blurred at the edges, and you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping. At her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. Surrender the child to her. Something you've done many times before. And as your hands move, the chimes echo at the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists. And where they were echoed in your memory, they're now echoing the child's mind as well. Chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You're helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and experience. The experience. The woman laughs with ragged joy, laughing from the parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labor left her exhausted. But the child is there. The child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from memory. With effort, the scene bleeds a color, and your mind becomes your own again. There's no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of chimes remains as if they existed in your memory. They sound here as well, and they're hanging from the woven braids of the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of chimes of her wrists is sharp and clear as coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and runs through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. And she lifts her head to face you. You see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious. And you realize what you see is not what the world sees. And perhaps you're the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief in the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad at last to be seen. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
Light touch your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors emotions of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. Hear a chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hands move as if pantomime resting on your cheek at a distance. She speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. Cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone, and a storm.
Hands frozen there.
The storm. The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Encountered a byway, yes, and it's something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly, as if been sitting for some time. It's too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face not, and yet, while her stance is weak, seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
Almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image of the plateau, yet the image is so clear, so sharp. She's surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
I was able to enter your dream.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
Silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat in your thoughts, it stretches out between the two of you, like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, then realize she wants to ask you a question. Can't form the words if assembling it is painful, or simply not enough pieces. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave, fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. The fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty as the plateau from memory lies beneath you, and the calm sky looks down upon you. Yeah! Boom!
While watch your step.
Sorry about that. I know you're about to reach level 5 and all, but this is Grieving Mother we're talking about here, folks. Dream and memory. Okay, so one, I'm noticing something that I'm not entirely comfortable with, which is called music. Just a little less, please. Let's try 40%, because it seems a tad much. I want voices to be more prevalent than sound and music, obviously. Anyway, sorry. I know there was one episode the sound was really off, so moving forward. Save changes. Yeah, just always bloody save. Thank you. I keep forgetting to click that. Okay, so Grieving Mother.
Thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
What can I say about her? Just look at her. That is beautiful painted look right here. And this is who she is. She is a Cipher. It's interesting for her because she's got a lot of dexterity, so she has good attack speed, good reflex. Her intelligence allows good area of effect and duration, good will things. Although concentration, deflection, will, those are what's low on her for resolve. So, it's kind of interesting for her. She has, she starts off with Soul Whip. It's just a passive, and the focus is below maximum. She does more damage on both things. Second Wind. Oh yeah, we know what Second Wind is. Fighting Spirit. Passive below this. Okay. Whisper of Treason. See, she's got the ability to speak to your mind. Basically, that was a charm spell. And this is just raw damage. She doesn't have any talents quite yet. And what does she come equipped with? Excuse me. She comes equipped with this and a fine crossbow. Personally, I like to have her in the back lines myself, but that is mainly because I like to basically have her you know, be in a place where she can do the most good, I feel. Anyway, let's see. Although I do kind of feel like some reason I want to like just give her like just like here, take this really just take some big armor here. I know slow down your recovery speed from effects quite a bit, but at the same time, it's like I'd like her to stay alive if she does get hit because I feel she pulls aggro a lot. Anyway, as a Cipher, Ciphers are really cool. They're basically the mind warping types. So let's look at what we have here. This is going to be an interesting level up. Stretching myself a little bit. Let's see what we got. Mechanics, hi. Still keep saying hello to mechanics. Because I need to be able to see stuff. Now, these are more powers that she has within her first level here. Requires head focus. It's a beam, which is always interesting because enemies call for suffer corrosive damage. That's nice. Beams are also like, I need to make sure I'm in the right position or else I'm going to hurt everybody. Ice Strike. Dazing and blinding the targets is blinding nearby enemies. Yeah, that's pretty cool. A lot of things can be immune to blind or daze, but that's got a lot of cool stuff. Soul Shock. This is transforms outer shell of an allied target's soul into energy, releasing electrical bursts around them. Character standing in the area around the target takes shock damage. Requires 10 focus. Allied target plus this. Foe AoE. So this is one of those cool things to where like you can put it on one of your tanks, and the foes will be giving a little bit extra damage there. And this is just straight up fear, confusing them or frightening them. This is a nice spell. They're all kind of cool. I mean, I think I went with this one the first time around, but like I said, you know, didn't get too deep in here, so I'm gonna kind of go here. And Grieving Mother is one of the sort of class characters that I definitely kind of want to have around, just because she's freaking awesome. I mean, she's written very well. So we're gonna start with I think we'll do the frightened one here. Now here's how this kind of works, right? Is that basically they gain the power. Their focus is how they get their power, right? So you want to make sure that either you can give them greater focus. You can modify Soul Whip, which is when the focus is below maximum, it gives you faster focus gain, meaning you can gain more focus more quickly to do stuff. 1 per encounter, psychic backlash, foe stun for amount of time. Evokes a retaliatory strike, stunning enemy whenever they target Cipher's will defense. That's interesting. 1 per encounter, it's a passive. That's that's really cool. Because her will is crap. So that's part of it. Bonus to damage. So the effects are, it increases the damage further. I'm gonna go Draining Whip starting out for more focus gain, more time to cast spells, because that's cool. Although Psychic Backlash is something that is kind of seems really awesome, especially considering the fact that this will happen now and then. Yeah, you know, I'm taking Psychic Backlash. Granted, we got some more levels to go here, folks. So, mechanics move up. Everyone's got to get at least 1 point in athletics. I'm sorry, it's required by law. It's not my fault. Might as well move lore. Okay, now she gets level 2 abilities. I remember Mind Blades. Slashing a target forced before leaping to 5 additional targets. This one's kind of nice. It's slash damage, so it's versus their deflection score, right? But it jumps around and hits 5 additional targets. I remember using this one quite a bit, but I'm trying to keep my mind open. Oh, she gets 2 of them, so. Amplified Thrust. Bounce daggers harmlessly off the target and onto the closest nearby enemy. Interesting. So an ally target and one foe jump target. It's a lot. It's good damage, actually. Mental binding. 20 focus, foe targets. We can paralyze them. Paralyze them and cause them to emit a shockwave that can leave nearby enemies stuck. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That's also pretty cool. I kind of like that. I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking. Phantom foes. Causing them to believe they're surrounded by phantom foes, leaving flanked for the duration. That's interesting. They're flanked for about 30 seconds. Frightened for a few seconds. Alright. Psycho-vampiric shields. You know what I mean about ciphers? Come on, the names of these abilities are so cool. Drain 10 resolve drains 10 resolve for plus 25 deflection. Uses target strength for mind against stealing a portion of its resolve in order to better deflect incoming attacks. Interesting. Recall agony. Oh, yes. So, trauma to relieve the psychic trauma or even injury moments after receiving experienced damage all over again. So, 30% of all damage reapplied over 16.2 seconds. Right? So, it's like you just did... Okay, you notice you did a bunch of damage to somebody. Bam. Hit this and... 30% of that damage gets applied as a dot. That's kind of cool. I think I remember using Recall Agony before. Mind Blades is kind of a, hey, this works, let's use it. Mental Binding is kind of also for crowd control, because I'm not being very good at my crowd control here. So we're going to start with this. We have something to do with that, and we'll get those two skills. Moving on. Alright. Keep those mechanics rolling. Rolling. Okay. Again. Okay, cool. We got one more here. So, Phantom Foes is interesting. Applied Thrust. This has got a great, like, oh crap, somebody's on somebody they shouldn't be. So we use this, and it bounces to on the allied target, and then the foe jumps basically pushes back off them, requiring them not have to disengage as much. I'm gonna try it. Give it a go. Oh, and look at this. This could be modified. It's already stunning them, but you can also just do inflicting a small amount of damage. That's cool, but we want to get more focus scan. I like focus scan. Or I have greater max. Let's do training whip. Requires a little bit more attention, but she deserves the attention. She's awesome. Okay, like I said, I'm keeping mechanics up. I don't want to miss things. At expense of lore, sure. And she gets a level 3 power here. Okay, time to pay attention here. I remember Puppet Master being awesome. It's versus their roll defense. But basically, yeah, they're dominated. They're yours. And that's awesome. So, that was easy. I remember just from last time. A lot of burn damage. Over so many seconds versus Fort. Secret Horrors. Foe AoE. Frightened for so many seconds. Sickened for so many seconds. Pain Link. 20% all damage applied to nearby enemies over 24.3 seconds. Nearby enemies to the target force them to experience a portion of all damage the target suffers. So, allied target, you put it on your tank, and all damage is reapplied to nearby enemies over so many seconds. Not bad thing to put on a tank. Recollections of past failures, leaving them target hobbled and weakened. It's kind of cool. I don't know about it, but... And what was the echo here? Bounding wave of psychic feedback between the Cipher and ally causes crush damage between enemies caught between. It's alright. I am going to go with Pain Link and try to remember to actually use it. There we go. Then still more levels. More levels. Always more levels. Mechanics, keep pumping it. And now we get a chance to use one more of these. This is just pure damage if they're not against burn. That's not bad. So neither was... I mean, that's control-y. Let's try this. Let's try this. Soul Ignition. So the target, burn damage, eat that. Okay. Oh, and then there we go. What we have? Biting Whip. And see, I like, you notice I stay in the Cipher's area. Because I'd like for her to get her focus here. Now, granted, let's get our max focus up. Alright, boom. Alright, so let's check her out now. She's got 30 to her focus. So when we're playing her, right? First off, this stuff you can just keep effing using. It's all based upon this. How much focus she has. Some of it requires, combat only, 30 focus, etc., blah, blah, blah. And I think her focus might go up higher than that even.
I'm here.
But if not, because like the dominate one costs everything. But yeah, so then there you go. That's how this all works. I think she's darn interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being like, God, I'm gushing over this character. I know, guys. I'm aware. I'm doing it. I did it. I done gushed. I'm sorry. What's up?
Hello.
About trying some of my socks broke and have a look-see. Why are socks limited? It's damned rose. Can't reach my suppliers, so I'm stuck with whatever scrounges the wood. Dry cap, river reed, and the like. It's, good, but most potions require something stronger too. Troll skin, vessel bone, what have you. And there's really rare ingredients, things you were able to afford, level and find your own. What'd you find? She winces as the rest of the story comes tumbling out of her. I keep an eye on the Drake's Nest east of town, at Deerford Crossing. The beast stayed long enough to lay clutch and moved on. Thank the Sky Mother was a full-grown dragon. She looked at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones that get passed down to merchants or left in nests for weeks or more, and that clutch looked to be at its peak. Thought to see about getting an egg, didn't realize many of them already hatched, or the young worms are so territorial. I get an egg for you. To her eyes, hope kindling her eyes twitched towards mouth. I sure hope you're not leading me on. I don't think I could stand getting burned again. If you really mean to go after an egg, I'll certainly pay you. Just remember, big as they are, dragons are fragile. There's a lot more I can do with a whole one.
How do you do?
Anything else I can do for you? Got some handy ointments. Da-da-da-da. Alright, so what's wrong with the roads again? Brigands, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing out our babies, but grown folk that's rubbing out the rest of us. People are scrambling to find us baby because they hear there's healthy births there. All the refugees and abandoned homes track desperate sources like flies and dog shit. What a wonderful way to put it. It's upside sure thing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Got some things she does. Remember, I was actually like, hey, why don't I have any of those? For an upgrade. What was this one for? I can look for details there. Plus 100 endurance. That is an expensive potion, but could be very worthwhile. Let's get some of these and make sure. Let's get some of these and make sure they're being distributed around the party. Because that's the ones that just boom, bam, give you some health. And minor recovery. That might be bad to have in everyone. And, she's got some ingredients for things we need to use. So, alright. Oh, sorry. Yes, I will trade you this. Is everything away. There you go. You sure want some pistols and stuff? What do you got? We'll do these and not necessarily hers in case I decide to change it around. Also, overseeing. What does overseeing do again? Oh, increase their area effect. That's good. That's actually a good thing. And spell defense is not bad considering her will is low. No grant and such. Lots of good things there. Alright, whatever. Trade. Trade. Alright. Pleasure doing business with you. And another quest. Oh, the quests keep coming. They keep coming and humming. We're doing what we can do. I can't rap because I'm just not into it that much. I've never really tried. Anywho. So, there's more stuff to pick up here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do... Like, there is... you can do all this sort of stuff. It's not necessarily about being leveled. It's the fact that the game's an effing hard. You know, and you're going to get your butt kicked every now and then. That's the way of things. Especially when you're dealing with the party that you're not entirely comfortable with. And when you keep getting new party members, obviously there's a bit of a learning curve to be had there. Which I'm certainly feeling right now.
Hail and well met.
Yeah, what rooms you got? Alright. Yeah, increase the constitution of everybody. Bim bam boom. Rest. Do I have any weird dreams? Oh, there we go. Seeking employment. She was... Okay, hold on. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Soul Hunter has arrived, seeking employment. She was near us some of the scrolls, but your patrols intervened. Oh, okay. Does that mean that... Ah, see, they're a special hire. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, welcome to the team. It's a guest. You're hired. See, because they give you bigger bonuses, obviously. My security is quite nice. We really got to start pumping up the whole prestige of the place, because right now it's just not really there. Although I did take a nap here, and what's my timing like again? Finish in 1 day, so we got to make our way back. And maybe it's time to show off what's there. Maybe it's time to go back and get some revenge on that dragon group. I don't know. Lots of things in front of us. I know this wasn't an action-packed episode, but Grieving Mother, when I encounter her, it's hard not to just go, and I'll put it back in this, and it's hard not just to go, yep, more of everything that you are, because you are a wonderfully interesting soul. Fine padded armor. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? What did she have equipped again? Oh, I didn't sell it, did I? Okay, whatever. Give her the necklace at least. Oh, it's Alof's level leather armor. Yeah, whatever. Screw it. Works for me. I'm a very particular man, as you can tell. Which, by the way, another thing that it mentions in the this, though, is that you can definitely make it so that everybody has potions, or not potions, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, Alof can switch between, you could have him have a whole different set of stores. He can have different sort of, regeneration is fine for her. You can have them have a whole new way of going in. I need 3 of them. Ah, shizen. Inventory management. Everyone knows I excel at this, and it's never been a problem for me. I have split stacks. It's Alt. Control. Control and right click. It's not shift click. We know it is not shift click because I've done it twice now. Maybe I think it's just right click. Nah, I forgot what it was. It's killing me. There we go. You just double click on it. One of those things. There you go, Durance, man. Help yourself out. There you are. I like you too much. I'm sorry. Grieving Mother. I'm kind of stalky at the moment. Because I think she's awesome. Alright, so we have ourselves...
This elder of yours. He may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persoc is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, huh?
I never return empty-handed.
Ooh. Like that fire in her voice, don't you? Yeah. There's a temple. I'm just not interested in doing too much in the way in Deerford Village right now. as opposed to let's get ourselves back on main quest territory, so that way we can start getting to White March goodness, and we'll see how it goes. Like, although I say that as I go, like, hey, what's in this church? Because I can't help myself. Don't steal from the church. You must be wanting Bodmer. He's out of town. Just keep the candles lit until he gets back. Alright, sure. Sounds good. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keeping this particular party around for a bit, and we are going to head on back. I remember doing a lot of different things, but I mean, how long does it take to get back here? It takes a day, and isn't it like a day to finish what I was looking to finish on the Stronghold? Yeah, let's finish this in one day. Boom. Save time, efficiency. I know it's not main questy, but it'll give us a chance to kind of mess around there a bit and kind of show you what's up. Alright, 1 day to complete your journey all the way to Kanua. Let's do it. Boom. So, next time on Pillars of Eternity, One March 4, 1 and 2, we continue screwing around, or when it comes down to it, we're going to try to find the next thing, a call to court. That's funny. So whatever needs to be finished must be at 13 minutes. It's always something like that. And then
Yes.
we're called to court. All right. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyway, I will make sure that I'm heading into this. And we might even spend a little time heading down into, what's it called? The underground where the master is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Pillars of Eternity. If you did, please hit a like. Helps out. Share it around with your pals, just in the sense of like, hey, this guy, you should see how he leveled up Grieving Mother. What a douche. But if you guys are interested in more, please subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Tell me more, and don't be afraid. I'm never gonna, shout out "what an idiot" in the comments. That's your guys' job. Your job is to tell me what I've done wrong. My job is just to take it like a good boy. Now, anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. I hope everyone's having a good day. See ya.